So, on this beautiful Wednesday morning, I'm hoping to get this done before the electric goes out. Anyway, I was tagged by Kim at Joyful Half Acre to do this question thing to get, that way we're getting to know one another a little bit better. We're supposed to name 3 things that we learned this year. And, I learned a lot of things, but I was listening to someone who was saying, talking about learning a lot of different things in their first year and stuff, and I've heard different ones talk about it, and I'm an old grandma, and I still am learning so much. I learned a lot from you guys, but I won't tell you about that quite yet. I want to go through my 3 things. I really like Kim. I like her attitude. I enjoy her children, and my granddaughter enjoys watching her kids too. And I just think she's a really sweet lady. Go check her out at her Joyful Half Acre YouTube channel. Really nice person, and I'm excited to see how her garden goes next year when she gets it all back in there. But anyway, okay, my 3 things. Number 1, I think maybe not in this order, but number 1, wood chips have been a blessing to me. I've never done this with the gardening. I've used wood chips from the wood chipper trucks before, but not in my gardening. I was using them for other things when I lived up in the mountains, which I miss the mountains. But anyway, I have found it to be wonderful in my garden. I flagged down the guys, and they were on my street, and they brought me some, and it has really helped me in the fight against weeds. I just didn't have enough wood chips, and I'm still working on another pile they brought me later. I've already noticed a slight breakdown when I dig underneath, and you see the rich loam underneath, and the ground here is terrible. So my things that weren't in my boxes that I already had that I'm working on didn't get real big. My corn wasn't big, but it tasted good. But I'm working on enriching the soil, and the wood chips are helping. And another thing that the wood chips do is along my pathway, when I'm watering, sometimes the water runs off. And I'm not walking in mud, I'm walking on wood chips, and it's so much nicer. It makes things neater. I mean, I love gardening with wood chips. Now, they're not just wood chips. They have a lot of leaf in them, and sticks, little sticks, and wood chips that all break down slowly over time. As the leaves break down first, that's where I'm getting that loamy stuff already, and over time the wood will break down too. But anyway, wood chips are wonderful. I'm really enjoying them in my garden. Number 2 is this, believe it or not, this is the first time I've grown sunflowers. I thought before, I'd seen the great big yellow sunflowers and thought, well, those are nice, but I really don't want to grow my seeds right now. There's other things I want to grow. I had no idea, and I'm going to have to pause this for just a minute. Okay, life's kind of crazy and hectic, people coming and going and all that, but if I can remember where I left off a minute ago, I think that I talked to you about all the wood chips and how it's helped in my garden, and I started out by telling you that Joyful Half Acre, Kim from Joyful Half Acre, tagged me, and I talked a little bit about the wood chips and how it's helped. That's one of the things that I've learned. And 2 was the sunflowers. I never grew sunflowers before, and I was amazed because they don't have just the great big ones. They got all different colors. They're beautiful. Mine didn't get huge, probably because of the poor ground. I've got a lot of poor ground here, but they were still pretty. And they drew in pollinators, the bees, actual bees. It was wonderful. And I've got to go again. Hold on. Let's try that again. I'll probably get another call because it didn't go through, and it was my sister. I'm going to get... things are just going like 1,000 miles an hour lately. I apologize, but let me try to get this done before my phone runs out. It's almost dead, and I don't know when they're turning off the electricity. So... anyway, I was talking about sunflowers, and then they draw in the birds, and I worry about that because the cats, maybe the birds will be quick enough to keep away from the cats, I'm hoping, because I really need the birds to eat the bugs. But the problem is cats want to eat the birds. So anyway, but Yeah, I really enjoy the sunflowers. They will be a must in my garden from now on. And the third thing that I learned this year is how great it is watching YouTubers and the tips that you get and the wonderful people that you meet on YouTube. I'm really really excited about meeting so many neat people. And maybe I haven't met them personally yet, but I'm kind of meeting them on YouTube. And I learn a lot of things. Sometimes it reminds me of things that I'd totally forgot about. And I'm like, wow, I totally forgot about that. I want to try that again. And or wow, that's something I really ought to try, or that is so cool. And I just love all the tips. I love just watching other people and the things that they are doing, and there's so many cool people out there. Hey, it's really nice to watch your guys' YouTube channels, and I hope you guys are getting something from mine as well. But that's my third thing, is how much I can learn from other YouTubers. And even though I'm an old lady, I'm still learning too. So it's great. I'm really enjoying this. I need to tag someone, so she doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to tag Homesteading with Sadie. She's got a beautiful white, I believe it's a white lab, I guess that's what you would call it. But Sadie is her lab who helps her when she's doing things like putting up her chicken coop, and Sadie's around and all the different things that she does. So, Homesteading with Sadie, you're tagged to share 3 things that you've learned this year. And I will catch you all later. I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye-bye now.